Legislative framework. Article 45 of the Constitution of India originally stated the state shall endorse to provide within a period of 10 years from the commencement of this constitution for free and compulsory education for all children until they complete the age of 14 years. This article was a directive principle of state policy within India, effectively meaning that it was within a set of rules that were meant to be followed in a separate, and the government could not be held to account to court if the actual letter was not followed. However, the enforcement of this directive principle became a matter of debate, since this principle held obvious emotive and practical values and was legally the only directive principle within the Indian Constitution to have a time limit. Following institution initiatives by the Supreme Court of India during the 1990s and 93rd Amendment Bill suggested three separate amendments to the Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India was amended to include a new Article 21A, which read: the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 6 to 14 years in such a manner as the state may by law determines. Article 45 was proposed to be substituted by the article which read: provision for each early children care and education to children below the age of 6 years. The state shall endorse to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 16 years. Another Article 51A was the additionally have the clauses: a parent or a guardian provide opportunities for education to his child, or as the case may be, ward between the age of 6 to 14 years. The bill was passed unanimously in the Lok Sabha, the lower house of the Indian Parliament, on 28 November 2001. It was later passed by the upper house, the Rajya Sabha, on 14 May 2002. After being signed by the President of India, the Indian Constitution was amended formally by the 86th time, and bill came into effect. Since then, those between the age of 6 to 14 have a fundamental right to education. Article 46 of the Constitution of India holds that the state shall promote with the special care of the education and economic interest of the weaker section of the people, and in the particular of the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, and shall protect them from the social injustice and all forms of the social exploitation. The other provision for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes can be found in the Article 330 and 332, 335, 338 and 33442. Both the fifth and the sixth schedule of the Constitution also make special provision for the scheduling caste and scheduled tribes central government expenditure on the education. As a part of the 10th 5-year plan, the central government of the India outlined an expenditure of 65.6% of its total education budget of the 43,800 crore and 28,800 crore on elementary education, 9.9%, and 44,300 to 500 crore on secondary education, 2.9%, in 1,250 crores on adult education, 9.5%, 4,176 crores on higher education, 10.7%, 4,700 crores on technical education, and the remaining 1.4%, 623.5 crore 100 crore on miscellaneous education schemes. During the financial year 2011-12, the central government of India has allocated 38,957 crore for the Department of Schooling, Education and Literacy, which is the main department dealing with the primary education in India. Within the allocation, major share of the 21,000 crore is for the flagship program Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. However, the budgetary allocation of the 210,000 million is considered very low in view of the official appointment Anil Bhardia committee recommendation of the 35,659 crore for the year 2011-12. This higher education allocated was required to implement the recent legislation Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009. In recent times, several major announcements were made for development the poor state of the affair in education sector in India. The most notable ones being the National Common Minimum Program of the United progressive alliances government. The announcement are to progressively increase the expenditure on education on around 6% of GDP. To support this increase in the expenditure on the education and the increase the quality of education, there would be an imposition of an education sees our all central government taxes to ensure that no one is denied of education due to the economic backwardness and poverty. To make right to education a fundamental rights for all children in the age of group 16 to 14 years to universally education through its flagship program such as the Surya Shiksha Abhiyan and the midday meal scheme. However, every after 5 years of the implementation of NCMP, not much progress has been seen on this front. Although the country targeted toward the devoting 6% share of its GDP toward the educational sector, and the performance has definitely fallen short of the expectation. Expenditure on the education has steadily risen from 0.64% of the GDP in 1951 to 52 to 2.31% in 1970 to 1971. Thereafter, they reached the peak of the 4.261% in 2011. However, it declined to the 3.49% in 2004-2005. There is a definite need to step up again as a proportion of the total government expenditure. It has declined from the around 11.1% of 2001-2000 and to around 9.98% during the UPA rules, even though ideally it should be around 20% of the total budget. Due to the declining priority of the education in the public policy paradigm in the Indian, there has been an exponentially growth in the private expenditure on education also. As per the available information, the private out-of-pocket expenditure by the working class population for the education of their children in India has increased by around 1150% or around 12.5%, 5 times over the last decades.